It is a hot day, a dry day here in Adelaide. For those of you in the States, it's probably over 100 degrees, about 38 degrees here. I would love to have this beer, but I can't seem to get the top off. Of course I can. I have made, for the holidays for the family, going back a bit, a bunch of bottle openers using wine staves. Yes, this is a theme. And living in the Adelaide Hills in wine country, this is pretty cool stuff, and it's French oak. So today we're going to attach the old piece to the wine stave. I'll probably need a slightly wider stave, which is why that one's here. I'm going to show you how you can turn this into a really nice little gift, and it's something you can easily sell. So let's go to it. So I have found the sweet spot for these. It's about 130 to 150 centimeters in length. Feels nice in the hand, and people are likely to want to use it. I need a circular shape to round out this end. Well, I think my bottle of beer is going to be just about perfect for that. And if we don't get her just right, that's all right. But that round shape at the top really complements the ring, and it sits and feels, again, really nice in the hand. So I'm going to go over and cut this out on the bandsaw, and then actually I'm going to cut it into a piece on the miter saw, duplicate it for the other end, and then we'll see. Now that I have this end marked out, I'm going to use that. And why do one when you can do two? So lined up. All right, now we're going to cut out that. So as you can see, these are cut to shape now. I'll be very honest with you. I took these over to the disc sander because I wanted to get them just about right so that fits really nicely. What I found last time I made these was I really struggled to get the right shape. Now, you're gonna need a hole for the circle itself, lightly inset, and then you're gonna need a hole in the middle of it to allow for a relief to catch the beer. You gotta be careful when you do that you don't cut out too much where you can't screw in. So I just got this nice new Torquata boring bit, otherwise known as a Forstner. Gonna make it much easier to get that exact size I need. So we're gonna go over to the drill press and make that work. So I'm making the attempt to line this up just right. Looking at the outer edge so that it's not hitting the circle. It's centered between the 2 points on the side. Yes, there's obviously some measurements required for this and a couple of lines. Let's get that hole in. So I'm going to have to figure out exactly the size Forstner bit to use here that will fit inside the hole so you can grab the beer but won't hit the screws. Now, okay, I may have done this once before. So right now we're looking at a 25 millimeter Forstner bit. Now I will have to carve out a little bit about the sides to make sure it has the proper grab, but this should work out just great. So again, having done this before, fit that in there. You see it's going to be able to grab. I probably don't even need to carve the sides out, but I'll give it some thought. As I've told you before, I can be a bit lazy, so let me try drilling it and see how it sits, and we'll do a test dry. We'll do it. We're gonna do a test, okay? At least I could do is show you just a little bit of the very complicated technique I use to put this very complicated machine together.
You want some nice tiny screws. The specifics of the size, I do not recall. You also need probably a slightly different Phillips head, but this is what is in my machine, so I'm just going to go slow. You're going to watch me fumble. Third time's the charm. Excellent, so.
I've been dying for this. Does it work? Beautiful. The last hole I'm going to screw in these is going to be for a string to put through the handle. Now, normally I go through the groove, but today I am not going to do that because of the size I made these. Now, I've had an issue with a little bit of blowout on the back of these, so no reason not to just put some blue tape on here. I'll do one. I will do two. Look, a tiny bit of prevention makes a much better product, and I am going to sell these, so all right, now's the part where I get into sanding, and this is where I pull out my lovely safety gear. Now, I used to be really lazy about safety gear, but I have to tell you, it's worth it. I'm not going to be talking for a bit, it's sanding, but you can watch. So to make it soft in the hand, it's really important to give it a bit of a round over, so let's knock that out. It's at this point we switch to the 220 to soften it out. Now, you want to leave a bit of the patina on it because that is part of what makes it so charming. I think it's really important to see what the oil does to the surface of these ancient oak barrels. So where that lovely purple grapiness was, it really enhances it. And then the beautiful oak grain wakes right up. So where you saw something a bit dry and tattered, from France to South Australia, from tree to Shiraz, what you have is something absolutely stunning. Next, I'll put it together and we'll pull a little rope and see how she does. All right, I'm down to the final portion of assembly. So I used my power driver earlier, and obviously that was a mess. So ye old Phillips head screwdriver will do the job. Does not take that many twists to get her set right in. Why do I call her her? I don't know. We are open to all gender identities here at Ben Raven Creations. So that is what it is. Whatever these are, they are lovely and very useful and make lovely, lovely, lovely gifts. So once I get the last one of these on here, the last touch now, I have some leather cord coming, which is going to look a lot nicer than this. But at the moment, I have some paracord. So one thing you want is something you can carry with you and not lose. I like to put a little rope on each one just to give it that little bit of practicality. You can hang it on your barbecue. You can hang it on your apron. Many different options. And for that last little bit of self-indulgence, because my brand is not yet ready, my physical brand, a stamp that says who I am for the next person that buys it. All right, so from a wine stave to handy, cute little bottle opener, we've been on a little bit of a journey. I appreciate that today we knocked something small, simple out, something really, you can knock these out in probably about 20 minutes a piece at the most, or you can knock out a stack of them all at once. And at least here in Australia, I'm gonna be able to get about 20 bucks each. Not so bad. They're cute. I find them quite useful, obviously. And yeah, so testing them out at a few markets and we'll see how we go. We're gonna work on some other projects. Things like this table, we're gonna get into a build. I've got an idea for a flip cart that we're gonna get into later. So if you liked what I did, click the like down below. If you really liked it, subscribe. I'm new. I'm just getting going, but I'm gonna create a content because I'm in this garage all the time, so I might as well talk to myself. Anyways, from Ben Raven Creations, I am Brent, and wishing you a pretty awesome day. Goodbye.